Good morning and welcome to my next video blog. Since I last did one of these, I've been mentally really busy. So we'll start with my teams, which has been fantastic. So I've worked with both teams to come up with a coaching canvas, which included asking them about what success of their engagement with me would look like. So what they wanted to achieve at the end. Which was really awesome because they were really clear in what they wanted to achieve. Sorry, I keep saying this morning, it's really annoying me. Apologies for the faces. So they had really clear goals, such as they wanted to be able to see in Jira very clearly where the work was at. They wanted to have ceremonies that added value. So it was lovely to know that they had such clear goals to achieve with me, and we started working on the highest priority of those already. So really enjoying working with both of my teams, and we will hopefully make really good progress on those goals so that when we finish our engagement, we can say, yes, we achieved those things. That's pretty awesome. So that's where I'm at with my coaching. Now, you know, I had the mentor session with Lynn before my, anyway, before I last spoke, but I've also had a great one-on-one with my leader, Steph, and also a session with Duncan, who is also a mentor of mine for a fixed period. He has a program, I guess, that he runs through with people. And what I've asked Duncan to help me with is, how do I decide what to do first? I was explaining to him that it's like in my previous roles, which I've loved, don't get me wrong, but I've had to sort of search for and fight for opportunities. Whereas in this role, it's like I've gone from being on the breadline to suddenly having this buffet of food to choose from. And, you know, I instinctively want to be greedy and grab it all at once. But what I need to do is work out what bits to focus on first. Now, my filter is obviously about working towards my goal of becoming an awesome coach, but also speaking. Now, what Steph let me think about, well, put in my head, which in retrospect is really obvious, is I can use some of the opportunities within the chapter as well to work on those goals. So I was sort of thinking, oh, I've got all this stuff to do outside of work, but I can actually do some of it inside of work too. So I am going to swarm around some of the suggestions that came up from the quarterly planning. And then I can actually give back, because one of the things Steph called me out on, very rightly, is that I haven't been sharing enough of my leadership experience. I think I got a bit hung up on the fact that I'm a relatively new coach and forgot that how I had other things to add. I know it sounds really silly, but until she said that, I suddenly went, oh yeah, I have actually got a lot of experience in other areas, just not necessarily coaching. So I am making sure that I give back in those areas. One of the things I'm thinking about is I've had actually 2 people approach me in the last week about LinkedIn and social media, which is something that I've put a lot of effort into in the last 5 years or so. So there's areas that I can give back, even just in a small way, that will help me with my presentation and public speaking, as well as giving back to people who want my help and my expertise. So I had a weekend of doing very little to let my head process all of these new ideas, and now I have to start putting into practice the things that I've decided are most important. So I will be working with Steph and the rest of the chapter on how I can help and use some of my expertise to help them become leaders and pass on some of my tips that I've learned about using LinkedIn and things like that. So that's where I'm going to be at for the next little while. My head will get clearer and clearer, I hope. But as I said, in this role, the opportunities just seem to keep on coming. So I am going to have to keep choosing, because as much as I'd love to, it's not possible to do everything today. thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.